Welcome, friends. Today we are doing another first impressions video. Marvellous. And the house we are doing our first impressions on is the house of Filippo Sorcinelli. Now, I'm not sure whether to call these niche or indie. Can't find the perfumer for this house, so I'm just going to go with niche. Okay, the man does make... He could be a designer, really, if you think about it. He makes like religious vestments, you know, like religious clothes. So if you're like a Catholic priest, or if you are a pope who he's made robes for before, if you are a cardinal and all that kind of patter. If you go on his website, he's got something like Atelier LAVS, and he makes these robes for them. So he could be a designer in that sort of sense. I never thought about it before I said it out loud. So anyway, I bought a sample set from him. I don't know if he makes the perfumes himself. I'm thinking not, because they are blended. Well, one of them's blended rather well. I have smelled one of them, and it's called LAVS, the incense one, which I've got in this sample set. But the other ones haven't, so I'm assuming by the quality of LAVS that it's not just him that makes them. So I don't think he's indie. But let's have a look anyway, shall we? I think the house is called Unum. Filippo Sorcinelli, yeah. There's a lot of strange things going on here I don't really know about. So let's see what the fragrances have got to say. Here is the sample set. Comes in this black box, very plain, very normal. And then inside there is a man with a picture. Here he is, Filippo Sorcinelli, the man himself, apparently. Big beard, bald head, I know the feeling. On the back, there's a little poem that says, "The smells, like music, do not need figures, because themselves figure our emotions. Respect my madness, its times, its walk in the world, because it is the constant to still have beauty today. Know how to cry." He's got tattoos. Yeah, there he is. Cheers for that, Filippo. I think, so what I've done is I've actually ordered one of these twice, which is LAVS. So I've used that one there, so there's 5. I was going to do 3 and 3, but then I remembered that I'd ordered one twice by mistake. So I'm actually going to do all 5 today. So brace yourself, because this could be a bit of a video. That's LAVS there. This is the one I've already used, so we'll use that one. There's LAVS. And the next one is called Quando, Rapita in Estasi. I think that means like kidnapped in ecstasy, but I could be wrong. This one is called Reliqvia, home. I don't know what that means. We'll look these up if we must. This one is called Ennui Noir. And the last one is called Opus 1144. These are the 5 we will be trying. I've got another one there of LAVS, because that's apparently the scent, believe it or not, that he sent the Pope robes with. Fancy that. The Pope's scent of the day. Goodness me. So, excuse me whilst I hydrate, by the way. We will be doing our usual thing, where we try each of these. Now, apparently there was hype on these quite a while ago. Galen told us that. The reason I have them now is because Jura Rose hassled me after getting these into the shop, and he was very impressed. So, good for him. and he told me to get these. I'm all about, so if you've got a house you think I should be sampling, please let me know. I've got some more sample sets on the way, but I think after this, I might be doing the Parfums d'Empire. I want to do that. I don't know, though, because I've got some other ones coming, too. I want the Parfums d'Empire series to be like the Zoologist one, because I've got like 20-odd cents off them, you know? I got the whole thing, 80 euros, 80 quid, something like that. Well worth it. Get a big sample pack. That's what we're like. Apart from Iskander, the only fragrance I've ever smelled from Parfums d'Empire was Iskander, and I thought it was shit. So, unlucky. They're off to a bad start. Anyhow, first off, which one are we going to try? We're going to go from this side, from left to right. Opus 114. So, Opus 114 by Filippo Sorcinelli is Amber Spicy fragrance. Was from 2015. Oh my god, the blurb is massive. Massive. Oh, Jesus. The official birth of Gothic is 1144 in France. So it's supposed to be a Gothic fragrance. It celebrates Gothic, a very complex and diversified phenomenon that concerns all aspects of artistic production. The official birth of Gothic is 1144 in France, and then it spreads all over Europe. We still have Goths today, don't we? Diversifying and adapting itself according to customs and traditions. The term was first used by Giorgio Vasari to point the Nordic, barbaric and capricious elements of Gothic. So, let's see what the notes are. Elemi, bergamot, mandarin, jasmine at the top, iris, cashmere wood and orchid in the mid, vanilla, benzoin, ambergris, white musk, sandalwood and leather in the base. So they've made a thing of saying there's cashmere wood in it. I get it. They're trying to like familiarize people with like synthetic notes and stuff. I just don't know how I feel about that. I'm going to move the camera so you get a better view of the... There you go. That's better, isn't it? Okay. Opus 1144. That's nice. It's interesting. I like Elemi. This is something I've come to realise. I quite like Elemi. It's citric. It's citric but creamy and soft. You get a lot of the benzoin and the vanilla and the iris. But it's like, it's given this kind of sharpness, this kind of direction. You know how powdery notes and like, they're usually very round, and for me they always feel like spherical. They always feel like not like a sphere, but like a cloud, you know, and they don't have any sort of like direction or like they don't point anywhere. This has got some direction because of the Elemi and the bergamot at the top. It's very nice, but it's powdery. I get this feeling that it's going to get very powdery. It's very fresh. I don't know if that's cashmere and wood or if that is what's supposed to be the ambergris. Don't know if there's real ambergris in it. There's something giving this a kind of cloudy but bright quality. It's very bright. I really like this. This is really nice. It's very interesting. I don't know that I would wear it. You know, if I didn't have like 400 fragrances, then I would like be a lot more inclined towards this. Is very clean and very fresh, powdery. It's got a touch of, if you've ever smelled Teint de Neige by Lorenzo Villoresi, after a bath, after a shower kind of product, you know, like moisturizer and talcum powder and that kind of thing. It's got that kind of thing going on. Clean, fresh, creamy, powdery. Very good. I enjoyed that. That is very nice. Different. On first impression, I'm not sure I would buy it. I mean, I'll come back to these, probably try them on skin. Ennui Noir is next. Let's see what it says about this. Released in 2016. The blurb again is absolutely gargantuan. I'm just going to go by the notes instead because I'm not reading all of that. Jesus. So the top notes, outrageously, are myrtle and lavender. The mid notes are heliotrope and cedar. The base notes are patchouli, vanilla and vetiver. Let's have a look and see what this... Let's see what this does, shall we? Ennui Noir. Oh no. Oh no, no. It was a very, very small fragalanche, that. Let's see. That smells like a chocolate box. You know, at Christmas when you get chocolate boxes, like, you know, like quality, not quality street chocolates, although kind of like that, but it smells like all of them. It's got this dark, chocolatey, earthy kind of vibe, but it's also got some like stuff springing from the top. It's a little woody. I'm getting like the cedar, but not in a, it's not like a cedary, it's not a cedar perfume, but I'm getting like this woody facet. These are very well made. I would be very surprised if he'd made these himself. Pleasantly surprised, don't get us wrong. Excuse me whilst I hydrate, by the way. These are good. These are good quality, definitely. Massive patchouli. Massive vanilla. A little bit of something a little bit floral, a little bit tasty. Creamy. I'm getting the feeling of lavender rather than the actual smell. That is very nice. Strong. Bottom heavy. You know, it feels bottom heavy, that. Getting like wood It could be from the patchouli as well, because patchouli can come across woody. It's lovely. Getting the vanilla now. It's settling down quite a bit. It's not quite as striking as it was when I first smelled it. It's got some floral aspects too. Interesting. Very interesting. Good quality so far. Let's see the next one. Reliqvia. Reliqvia. That's what it's called. I think it says home on the bottom, but I'm not sure it's supposed to. This was released in 2021. And it is supposed to smell woody. Reliqvia derives from the Latin verb reliquo, which means I leave. Generally understood as what remains, referring to the human body or part of it. In Christian context, with this word, we speak of the body of an object that belonged to Christ. So it's supposed to be like a relic. That's where the word relic comes from, I imagine. I'm going to take all of these round to my friend's house so she can smell them, because she was brought up Catholic and she was very interested in the story of this house. The notes are top notes of pine, mastic or lentisque, amyris, cloves and orange blossom, mid notes of incense, gaiac wood, sandalwood, cashmere wood and patchouli, the base notes of smoke, elemi again, sweet orange, tobacco, nutmeg and blackcurrant. I can already tell you I can smell the orange. That's probably being helped along by the elemi. Wow, that's interesting. And you do get sweet orange. Incense, pine. A little bit of smoke in the background. This is a very, very interesting fragrance. A very interesting fragrance. I don't like orange as a note. I like mandarin and I like tangerine. I don't like orange. This is lovely, but it's got slight skunk in there too. That'll probably be from the orange blossom, because I think that's a white floral, is it not? It's orange blossom, a white floral. Yeah, it's got this slightly animalic sort of flesh kind of vibe. Again, it's fresh as well and clean, but with this kind of human aspect to it. It's beautiful in a way. It really is. These are very well made and very well executed, and the idea behind them, the smell in context of the idea, however they've done that process, has worked. Where he's come up with the idea for the fragrance and then the actual end product are clearly defined and they're clearly linked. It's got this freshness again. It's probably from the pine, but it's got this kind of cleanliness to it, you know? Imagine a body washed, you know? It's still a body, but it's clean, freshly cleaned. I would be very surprised if a female was interested in wearing this, because to me, this smells like a man. This is very, very, very masculine. That orange is, it's weird. I am very, very, very impressed with that. I really like that. Oh dear. I'll definitely be trying that on skin. I bet it smells like shit on my skin. This happens all the time. There's a little bit of smoke in there as well, just to give it this fucking darkness too, you know? That is fucking fantastic, that. Okay. So, number 4. Number 4 is Quando, Rapita in Estasi. Kidnapped in ecstasy. The bottle comes with a cloth over it, apparently. It was released in 2019, and it is taken from an opera, a scene of madness. The Madness of Lucia de Lammermoor, an opera made famous by the interpretation of Maria Callas. The Madness of Opium. So top notes are incense, lily of the valley and cedar. Middle notes are clove and peach. The base notes are incense, balsam fir, labdanum, patchouli, vetiver, tonka bean and vanilla. What do we get from this? Incense. There's incense in the top and the base, and you do get incense. Very much so. That's all I can smell at the minute. And something a little bit green, which I imagine is like the balsam fir, maybe even the lily of the valley. Smoky incense, smoky, smoky. Very incensey. Fresh, clean, smoky incense is what I'm getting at the minute. Big time. Little bit of greenness, the cloves, I'm starting to get a touch of the clove as well. That kind of dryness, but you can, incense is usually pretty dry for me too. Okay, that kind of abrasive, incensey kind of vibe is chilling out now. It's not quite as bad. Getting the balsam fir a lot more now, and I'm getting the clove a lot more too. It's Very heady, actually. Like, I'm getting, like, feelings. That's nice, but it needs to settle down. It needs to settle down. It's very intense off the top. I get this kind of madness from it. I get that. I understand that. It's very heady. It's very strong. It's very unusual. Excuse me. Something a little bit gooey in there as well. Like, I can still smell it even though the fucking stick's away. It's got up my nose, that. Anyway, last but certainly not least is the famous LAVS. Now, LAVS. Oh dear. LAVS is a much more traditional incense. It's much more sort of familiar incense. It's less smoky and it's more sort of grainy and herbal. Or at least it felt that way, a little bit wooden as well. So, sort of like incense before you burn it. LAVS. Let's see what you're like. Notes are black pepper, cardamom and jasmine at the top. Middle notes are elemi again, labdanum, coriander and cloves. The base notes are a popanax, palisander, rosewood, oak moss, amber and tonka bean. Straight away you get that black pepper vibe. Incense. It doesn't list incense as a note on Fragrantica, but I mean it's just there. It is there. It's got this kind of almost metallic kind of vibe to it, you know? Very astringent, very harsh, almost abrasive with the black pepper, you know? You know when you can smell black pepper? Not ground black pepper, but strong, fresh, you know? You know, like when you bite into like a peppercorn and you get that like zing straight away. It's got that. Very fresh. What else? Getting the cardamom. It's a little bit sweet spice. A little bit sweet, greeny, cardamom-y kind of vibe, you know? You get the elemi as well. You get that kind of citric, resinous zing that elemi can give, you know? but still very fresh, very tense, taut, you know, at the minute, sprung, ready to go. There's a tension in this. And yeah, it's bright as well, you know. These are very good fragrances, are very good quality fragrances, you know. If you're looking for something that is well made with good ingredients, this is a house you should definitely be looking into if you're into that kind of thing. A little bit salty as well. Don't really get the tonka bean though. I don't know where that's supposed to feature, but anyway. Okay. I will go back over these now quickly. And we will try Opus 114 or 1144. Again, that's very clean, that's very bathroom, it's very talky, it's very post-wash, you know. It's good though. It's got gravity, it's got bass. Ennui Noir. This is it's interesting, but it's actually the one that interests me the least. It's a little woody, it's a little floral. It's not that special, to be honest with you. I'm not that impressed with that one. Reliqvia Home. This genuinely smells like a bathroom after a man's had a bath. That's what this smells like. It's incredibly evocative of that. There's a touch of filth in there, a touch of body, but there's also like this cleanness, this freshness, this newness. It's incredibly potent, not necessarily in smell, although it is very strong in smell. It's incredibly potent image for me of going into the bathroom after my dad had had a bath or a shower. Seriously. If you smell this, you will know. That is crazy how strong that image is for me. This is Quando, Rapita in Estasi. I get the narcotic sort of vibe from it. It's smoky now. You know? Dark. Dark, smoky, a little bit resinous. Still not like, it's not like both at London, dark and smoky and resinous. It's still got some light to it. A little bit of incense. It's nice. I'm going to see it. I'm going to try most of these on skin, to be honest with you. Definitely trying that on skin. I might try that on skin after the video's over, to be honest. And this LAVS is really nice. It was a very strong effort for a first perfume from a house. That's my chair making creaking noises. It's not my back. Incensey, peppery. The cardamoms come out a lot more in this now. There's like a resinous kind of amberiness. A little bit of lift from something. I'm sure it's got elemi in it, so it's got that kind of citric, but no citrus in particular, like a lemony kind of thing. I mean, I've just contradicted myself there massively, but you know what I'm saying. That is very good as well, I like that. Anyhow. Right. Overall first impression, quality fragrances. Very good fragrances, very good quality. That Reliqvia or Reliqvia, very strong, like, not emotion, but like, has instigated a feeling in me, has taken me right back to going into the bathroom, even when there's like some steam in there as well. Crazy, crazy. That orange is bizarre. Bizarre. I would like to see how that smells on my skin. I'll be doing a follow-up video because I will try some of these on skin. I don't think I'm going to try any of the Evanescence because none of them impressed us that much. So anyway, this video is 37 minutes long, crikey. But I thought I would just do all 5 rather than split it into 2 videos. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I would recommend you get a sample set from this house. You can choose which samples you get when you buy them too. I've just realised my bottle of Towers Rose Incense is absolutely covered in fingerprints, so that wasn't great. Sorry about that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I appreciate it greatly. I will be back maybe tomorrow or the day after with a testing on skin of these fragrances. Thanks very much. See you later. Bye.